Let's start designing our online store. So first, let's just go here and have a preview of what we currently have. I did an overview in the last video on how you can customize your store, and you can look at that video if you do want to. Let's go into online store, and we want to start customizing our online store homepage. So just click there, customize. Let's just start from scratch, and what you can do is you can remove all these elements and we're going to add them. We're going to add the elements that we want. Even that slideshow, I can remove it. Text, columns, all these elements, I'll just remove all of them. I've removed all the content sections, and you can see our page is currently empty. So since my store is a menswear, sort of like a fashion website, so a fashion website is more visual than most, and that means that I can add a slider. However, if you're selling certain things like electronics, you don't really need a slider, because sliders are just images and they're going to add the load on your site. So if you want the homepage to load much faster, you should just use a still image if your store doesn't require a slider. But there are certain stores that definitely require a slider, and something like a fashion website, you should probably look into adding a slider. So I'm going to click there on add sections, and I'm going to add a slider as our first content element. I'm just going to scroll down, and I'm going to come here and images, and I'm going to select slideshow. You can select an image with text, all these kinds. You can select a gallery, but I'm going to select a slideshow. Then click on select. I will add the first image, and I want to upload an image. So once I've uploaded the image and it shows up here, I'm going to say the reasoning behind the images that I'm using for my slider. So I'll click select. You can change all this content. You can see image, slide. So the idea is that when somebody comes to your site, this is an online store, they need to know in a glance what exactly your store is all about. So if you sell shirts, you sell electronics, whatever you're selling, just make sure that the homepage in a first glance above the fold is pretty descriptive of the item that you're selling, and they can get an idea of what you sell. So for me, I'm going to save, and when I save, I can come in here and refresh. And when I do that, you'll see that our image has changed. And let's change this text as well. So let it say something that is pretty descriptive of our site, so that when somebody comes in, they will get an idea of what the store is all about. That's very important. You need to let people know in advance what the store is all about. I'm going to come into the header, and I can say something like, we sell men's wear. All right, so once I do that, I can just click to save. You can also add a button here. Maybe you want to send them directly to the shop. Just say view catalog. And you can add the button link. You can choose, just choose products, then all products. So something else, let's just come in here, and I want to show you, you can change your designs. You can change your designs colors. If you come back out here and you come down to theme settings, you can change the colors for buttons and so on. So just know that you can come in here and change the primary buttons, all the different colors that you want to change. You want to change for your site so that it can match your design and branding. You can do that here. So there we have one slideshow. And let me just refresh the page so that it can reflect it on this end as well. So coming back to our slideshow, let's look at the different settings that we have for this. You can change the slide height. If you do want it to be smaller or medium, you can change the height as it was initially. You can change the size there. You can change the size of the texts. You can make them larger. The text alignment, of course, you want that in the center. And you can add the shadow overlay. So that's going to make the text on the home page larger. And of course, we do want the shadow overlay. And you can auto rotate the slides. definitely. So if you just want one image, you can just do that and remove that. Okay, but you're going to add auto rotation, and I'm going to add a second image. And I'll just click on select, and I can say a different heading here. So that's something you can do. If you do want to add a button, maybe you want this to link to a specific product collection, you can do that. So I'm just going to link this to the formal collection, and I can just say view formal catalog. And then I will add a link. If you do want to add a link here manually, you can just paste in a link. Okay, that's possible, but I do want a collection, so I'm going to go under collections, and let's see if I do have a formal. Yes, I do have this. And you saw how to create collections. So if you don't know how to do that, just go back into the section about that and watch it. And I'm going to save, and if I reload, this, you can see that when somebody comes into this store, they can instantly just tell that, you know what, this store is definitely selling us a particular type of product. And that's what you want for your online store. So above the fold, make sure that the item that you're selling is identifiable to your online visitors. As soon as they come into your store on the homepage, they need to have an idea about what your store is all about. Like if you come to this store, you're definitely going to tell, you can definitely tell that, all right, this store sells stuff for men. And we've also added here, that's in the title, and it's pretty much everywhere. So if you're looking for a present, maybe for a boyfriend, or you're just a guy looking for your own shirt, you'll definitely feel like this is a place where you can get what you're looking for, because it's pretty descriptive just on the homepage. So make sure you think about that when you're designing your homepage. It's very important for people to know exactly what your store is all about. So that's it for this video, and in the next one, let's continue designing this, and we're going to see how we can add various collections down here in the different content categories with the different content categories that we have. So if you come in here, we do have content sections that we can add, and we're going to see what else we can add down here so that our homepage has a lot more to tell. So I'll see you in that next video. See you then.